So
Okay.
thank you. I'm Michelle Pola. I am with Mindful Being and have been practicing mindful meditation since 2014. It is something I wish I had known much more about in my earlier years as a practice. So, mindful meditation is one type of meditation, just like sports has so many different sports of football, basketball, tennis, soccer, etc. There's various types of meditations. And the one that I teach and I practice is in terms of mindfulness. I was certified at UCLA, Mindful Awareness Research Center. And we define this mindfulness as being present in the moment with whatever the experience, with an openness, a curiosity, and a sense of kindness without judging. And it's important to know why that definition is something that I keep coming back to again and again. And partially to know that a research study done out of Harvard in 2010 reflected that our minds tend to drift almost 50% of the time. So imagine that in a 4-minute time frame, your mind will drift at least 2 of those minutes. And you may not even notice it. In other words, the mind just goes off. It may be there was a fragrance that happened, and so you remember being in the garden with your mother or somebody you loved or your child, and your mind has drifted. Or someone's telling a story and you're listening, but yet you're thinking of what you want to say in response to the story. So you've lost the message. Our minds are incredible gifts. They do a lot for us. They help us become successful. We obviously have done a lot to be in the positions we're in. But they also take us out of the moment. And the mind goes in various places. It goes to the past, regrets, what I didn't get done yesterday, what I wish I hadn't said, or I wish I had done. Or I think about the future of what am I doing after this conference today? And how long is this coffee break going to take? And what's she going to say? Or it goes to judging. A lot of times we critique ourselves and we are our biggest judger of how we think about what we say, what we do, what we wear, how we look. Or we compare ourselves and spend time in comparison of wherever it might be on social media, relationship to job titles, salaries, work, etc., homes, cars, whatever, things that take us out of the moment. And the same research study that was done by Harvard in 2010 reflected that the more we drift, and in other words, the more we let our minds take us away from the moment, the less happy we are. And so those individuals who spend more time in the moment, in other words, being fully aware of what's happening and noticing and being curious, tend to be happier. And if you begin to pay anything, if you do anything as a result of listening to me today, is to get curious about your own thoughts and how your mind drifts and where it goes. It was one of the first things I did early on in my role of beginning to practice, just out of curiosity. So thinking about the fact that your mind generates up to 70,000 thoughts a day. Imagine that. So this practice, in the formal practice that I'm going to lead us in, is almost as if you're exercising the muscle of the mind to be present, to be in the moment, because it's a natural thing for it to drift. It's a habit. For me, it's well over 55 years of drifting and thinking and going off wherever. And if you, like me, you've probably driven from point A to point B and not even noticed how you got there. Or possibly you've started reading a book or a paper and you're turning the page and you realize you don't even remember reading that page. Nothing has stayed with you. So one of the reasons I practice formally and have brought mindfulness into my daily life is so that when I go about the day, I catch myself drifting, shifting from the moment, getting lost in thought. Could be about sadness, it could be about joys I've had, it could be about what I'm doing next. And I learn to bring myself back to the moment. And knowing that the moment as it is as good as it gets. It has to be enough. So I'm going to ask you to find a seat. If you want to stand, you're welcome to stand. Meditation can be done in various forms. It can be seated, standing, lying down, and even moving. For this purpose, I'm going to do it seated. And what I'd like is for your feet to be on the ground, solid, both of them flat. Your buttocks supported by a chair or a cushion, or if you're sitting on the floor or bench, and your back straight. You can tuck your chin slightly, and if you're comfortable, you can close your eyes or just gaze downward. There's no real effort in doing. And what I want to invite you to join me with right now is to do some deep breathing. And the instructions for this breathing is we're going to inhale to a count of 4 through our nostrils, filling the chest and the belly, holding for 2, and then exhaling slowly to a count of 6 through your mouth as if you were blowing through a straw. And I'll lead you in the count. So exhale all the air out. And now inhale through your nostrils. Hold. Exhale through your mouth. Inhale through the nostrils. Hold. Exhale through the mouth. Inhale through the nostrils. Hold. Exhale through the mouth. Breathing naturally through your nostrils. Inhaling and exhaling. And you may notice how your body feels right now. We have moved into a rest and digest. Body is safe. The mind is a little bit quieter, less chatter. And what I want to invite you to do now is join me in a practice that can be used in nature. Nature is a gift that is all around us. Could be sitting by a window, a plant in your home, or possibly in your garden, or in the beautiful areas of greenery in Houston and all over. And I want you to start just by noticing the sense of touch. Could be the touch of your feet on the floor, and thinking about that beneath the floor is the earth, holding you, supporting you. There's nothing for your body to do in this moment. You are simply being with the touch, feet on the earth, body supported, gravity holding you, nowhere to go, nothing to do. Feel the touch, maybe the touch of the clothing you're wearing, or the shoes, leather, socks, sandals. Maybe there's the touch of breeze warmth, coolness. If you're outside, you may feel the sun warming your skin or clouds cooling, breeze. Noticing the full sense of touch, present, happening now and changing. And now bringing your sense from touch to taste. Maybe opening the mouth, and can you taste the air around you? Moving your tongue, noticing whatever is present, being open, curious. There's no need to judge. Just notice, savoring the moment as it is. Could be pleasant, might be unpleasant. Maybe there's nothing. It's just neutral. And letting go of the sense of taste and bringing your attention to smell. Any fragrance, odor, being aware, maybe, maybe not. If we're in nature, we could smell the breeze, the leaves, grass, flowers, animals, whatever is around us. Savoring the moment, being present. If the mind drifts, there's no worry. It does that. It's a habit. Practice is being aware. When it drifts, you come back again and again. It will happen. There's no judgment, only kindness. Escort it back to this moment with a sense of smell, whatever may be present. And letting go of the sense of smell and coming to the sense of hearing, listening, maybe to the internal landscape of the body, intestines working, gurgling, growling, maybe hunger, whatever is present, being aware, noticing, being curious, being open. And now listening to the external landscape, maybe the sounds of nature, song, birds, breeze, leaves rustling, clocks ticking, people talking, dogs barking, cars running, all the sounds that are in the present. There's no need to seek or search or cling. All changes. Learning to be in nature, fully awake with what is there. And now maybe opening your eyes and looking around, noticing first the shapes of things around you, whether it's inside the house, knowing that many are man-made and many come from nature, the metals, the wood, water, all there to serve us. And outside in nature, maybe the colors, the vastness, the expansiveness, using nature as a tool, bringing calm and ease into the present moment, fully aware, fully awake. Instead of being lost in thought, noticing, making the time to smell the roses in this moment, completely as it is. And now revisiting the senses from the touch of the feet on the floor and the earth beneath us, even thinking of how we're all connected to the sense of taste, smell, hearing, and sight. When you're ready, just notice how your body's feeling. Notice how the mind is. And if it drifted and floated away into memory or story, or thinking about what comes next, you're not alone. It happens, and it's a habit. So I want to thank you for joining me in this practice and just offer that it is a practice. And just like exercise is something we learn to do, and there was a time when we weren't running marathons because we were running for our lives or hunting to be fed. And today, people run and track their numbers of steps, etc., because we know it's good for us. Formal meditation is about exercising the muscle of the mind, training it to be in the moment versus being taken away or activated, which activation of the mind, of the amygdala, can happen through a simple email, can happen driving to work. Train stops in the middle of rush hour and you're going to be late, and then all of a sudden there's anxiety and stress. One of the things to learn to do is to take some deep breaths, notice the senses, notice where you are, and be present. The formal practice helps us learn to activate our rest and digest so that we can be fully aware of what really is happening and not lost in thought. When you start to pay attention to your thoughts, you'll begin to question, how do I know that's true? And where did that come from? Can be fun. I hope I've piqued your interest so that you will continue to explore the practice of mindfulness and meditation. It is used and practiced by over 25 million Americans. It's used in the military. A lot of athletes use it. Very important to stay in the game, regardless of what's happening. It's used in education, corporate, can help with mindful speech, planning, studying. It does help increase the gray matter, which is a great interest for me. So I'm going to invite Jody to let me know if there's any questions or comments that I could follow up on.
I don't see any questions right now. So thanks again, Michelle. Appreciate you doing this. It's helping me stay calm through the conference. So appreciate you.
Very much. It's a great practice, and I'm happy to share it and look forward to meeting with people again tomorrow. Much gratitude to all of you. You're in a beautiful area, and this may help you stay present in the moment every time your mind drifts, which it will. So just know it's normal.
Thanks, Michelle. See you tomorrow.
Thank you. Be well, be safe, and be kind.
Bye.